Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked and kind of amused. Kind of amused right there. If you told me that Sean Rodriguez was going to hit a walk-off home run, I would have laughed in your face because I wouldn't believe you. And just his entire month of August has been absolutely terrible. And him being decided to keep up here instead of Michael Franco. Gabe Kapler enjoys the versatility of Sean Rodriguez and his leadership. Yeah. So once again, Michael Franco was sent down. Bryce Harper is brought back in after his paternity leave. After his baby has been born over the weekend. New baby boy Crew. Put the little sticker on the bottom of his bat. Nice sight right there. So hopefully for Bryce Harper, he could bring that all new dad power to the lineup. Just use that dad strength to power home runs right out of the ballpark because that'd be fun to see. And we had Jason Vargas on the mound for us today. He was pretty solid through most of the start. He struggled a little bit there in the 7th inning, allowed a couple runs right there, but pretty much he was solid, really solid. And since being traded over here from the New York Mets, not gonna lie, he hasn't been the best pitcher, but he has been pretty consistent, going at least 5-6 innings right there, putting us in positions to win ball games. His stat line: 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Wasn't his best performance, but pretty much throughout this game, except that 7th inning, he was pretty solid for us. And the Phillies, they do get the first runs of the ball game in the 4th inning. Brad Miller hit the 2-run moonshot to left center field, just crushed the ball. Don't expect that from Brad Miller, but since being in this Phillies lineup, he has shown a little bit of power since being traded here. So off that moonshot makes it 2-0 Phillies. But the Pirates, the next half inning, Joe Musgrove, their pitcher, almost hits a 2-run shot to tie the ball game, but hits the top of the wall. He got a single out of that because I guess he thought it was gone off the bat, so didn't hustle right there. And speaking of hustle, Cesar Hernandez was benched in this ball game, which should have been expected, hopefully. But the broadcast crew was talking about Cesar Hernandez never really knew that he was benched because he wasn't hustling. He just thought it was a normal off day for him. And Gabe Kapler had to reinstate that, no, you were benched because you didn't hustle yesterday. So a little bit of miscommunication right there, which is not really a good sign. So yeah, that's got to be fixed right there. So off of that hustle moment, the Pirates make it a 2-1 Phillies lead in the top of the 5th inning. So we go to the top of the 7th, and this is where Jason Vargas sort of struggles right here. Almost allows a home run to Colin Moran, but off of an umpire review, it was called a double because the ball hit the fence before it went into the fence before the flower bed in left field. So they reversed the call, called it a double, but Melky Cabrera does score off of that play regardless, and it's a 2-2 ball game. And then Jason Vargas allows a couple more guys to get on base, and then we take him out for Jose Alvarez. Has to intentionally walk Josh Bell, and then Kevin Newman gets a 2-run RBI single to make it 4-2 Pirates. And we do get out of the inning, but it takes a couple pitchers right there. Jared Hughes comes in after Jose Alvarez, and 4-2 Pirates after 7. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryce Harper up with 2 outs, and I think he was 0-4 on the night at this point. Just hopefully he can do something to celebrate the birth of his baby, and he does that exact thing on a 1-0 count. He crushes the ball to right center field. I think this is in the second deck off the bat, in my opinion, but it landed just right in front of the fence. But the umpires on the field called it a home run, and on the replays, there was 2 fans right there in the front of the fence reaching out for the ball. You could kind of see the ball hitting, like, I guess their chest or their torso, and it hits the top of the fence as well. So it bounces off their torso, then hits the fence. The Pirates do decide to challenge this just to see if it was actually a home run, because the umpires on the field did call it a home run, but on the play, they did not overturn it. It stood as it was called on the field, because I guess there wasn't enough evidence to overturn the call if it was fan interference or just wasn't a home run in general. So Bryce Harper gets that 4-3 lead back, gets the Phillies back within 1 run. Then JT Realmuto gets an infield single where he hits it up the third base line, and he absolutely hustles down the first base bag so he doesn't get benched the next game. So JT Realmuto gets that single. In the very next batter, it pays off because Corey Dickerson gives the Phillies a 1-run lead on a 2-run shot to right field. And Corey Dickerson, hitting this home run off of his former team, trying to get the dugout pumped out as he hits this home run. And you bring that excitement that the Phillies took a lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. And surprisingly enough, every run the Phillies had today came off the long ball. And as a team, just in general, we've been struggling to hit the long ball consistently. And it's nice to see every run being produced by a home run. So it's a nice sight to see. So we bring out Hector Neris for the bottom of the 9th inning. And he blows a save. Josh Bell hits an absolute moonshot on the first pitch with 1 out. Hits just an absolute moonshot, lands in the concourse in center field, and it's a tied ball game from here. Does allow a single, but JT Realmuto does eventually throw that runner out at second, trying to steal. And on that fact, JT Realmuto, I think, had at least 3 guys thrown out today trying to steal second base. Just JT has just been a beast throwing people out at second base this year. So who knows? Maybe he's the top guy voted for NL Gold Glove for catchers. So who knows? Really nice defensive game for JT right there. And the bottom of the 9th inning for the Phillies, they have a chance to win this. The pitcher on the mound for the Pirates is just throwing balls consistently all over the plate, just walking guys left and right. Walks Brad Miller, walks Sean Rodriguez, and then good old Andrew Knapp comes up to pinch hit. He actually gets a single, but the center fielder was playing way too shallow, and Andrew Knapp hit the ball way too hard to score Brad Miller. So the bases are loaded for Rhys Hoskins. So hopefully Rhys Hoskins, this was his big moment to do something, to wake up, get out of this funk, and he pops up. And Rhys, just in general, had a terrible night. And he just, in his interview, in his post-game, just the way he looked. Like he said, I don't care the way I played, we won the ball game, but you could just look into his eyes that he's pissed at himself. He's not mentally right now with his game. And is he going to find a way out? We thought maybe he found a way out yesterday when he hit that moonshot against the Marlins, but the dude's got to figure it out if we're going to be still in this till the very end. And then we have Bryce Harper up, once again with the bases loaded, to once again try to walk it off. And he strikes out. So, no dad strength right there to get another walk-off grand slam for us right there, but what are you going to do? Bryce Harper can't do that every single time. So we go to extra innings. The Phillies do get a couple base runners in the bottom of the 10th inning, but JT Realmuto does get a single, and Corey Dickerson walks. But then Gene Segura lines into a double play. He lines out to center field, but they manage to double up JT Realmuto at second base because he probably thought that the ball was going to hit the ground. But kind of a bad base running mistake right there because there was no outs at this point, and you really can't be dashing towards third base when there's no outs. You really got to play it safe right there because since he caught that ball, JT should have been doubled up. He has to be safe right there, and when that ball is caught, has to go back to second base. He just can't keep going. Cannot keep going right there. And it cost us a chance to win the ball game in the 10th inning. But Brad Miller does eventually walk, but Cesar Hernandez does line out. So we go to the top of the 11th inning, and the Phillies get out of the top of the 11th inning, and then Sean Rodriguez leads off the bottom of the 11th inning for the Phils and hit the walk-off home run. Just don't expect Sean Rodriguez to do that. Do not expect that whatsoever. You just can't make this up. Gabe Kapler just gets lucky for this one day. Gets lucky for this one day that his decision to keep Sean Rodriguez in the dugout works. It's that one chance that it's going to work because I don't see it working the rest of the year. And Sean Rodriguez talking after hit the walk-off, just battling back. It was a tough game and just happy to get the win. It's been tough. It's been a really tough stretch for him offensively, just trying to produce something. So he finally got a chance to produce. And also, going back into the middle of this ball game, Cesar Hernandez was brought in for Scott Kingery because Scott Kingery, I think, had an abdominal issue. But after this ball game, Gabe Kapler stated that it's nothing related to muscular or anything, so he expected to be okay, which is a good sign because we definitely can't handle Scott Kingery going to the IL. So that's just, maybe he needs a rest for a day or two. So hopefully we're not losing. It's a good thing that it doesn't sound like we're losing Scott Kingery for the 10-day IL or just long-term in general. So thank God it's nothing muscular. So And just the other stat lines for this ball game, from the lineup wise, Rhys Hoskins, like I said, terrible night, goes 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. Bryce Harper goes 1 for 5 with that home run in the 8th inning, 2 strikeouts for him. JT Realmuto had a nice night offensively, goes 3 for 5. Corey Dickerson goes 1 for 2 with that home run. Gene Segura goes 1 for 5. Brad Miller goes 1 for 3 with the home run. Scott Kingery goes 1 for 2. Then when Cesar comes in to replace him, he goes 0 for 3. Adam Hazley's in this ballgame starting, goes 1 for 2, but then is taken out for Sean Rodriguez, who goes 1 for 2 with that walk-off shot. So, it's nice to get that first win of the series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And honestly, just the way the offense was at the beginning of this ballgame, just with Musgrove on the mound, I get that he's a really good pitcher, but just the offense once again this ballgame just looked a little bit too dead. But thankfully, with the Pirates bullpen coming in, their bullpen's not that good, and we just keyed off of it. Just thank God we did that. Gets a really important win right now because no other team that's in the wild card race right now, the Cubs, the Mets, none of those teams are playing today, which is it gives us a good shot to move back up in the standings because we were a game and a half out of the second wild card spot coming into this ball game. So with this win, we move to a game back. So it's a nice feeling right there that we actually did something productive when we had a chance to. We actually did something productive. And I know I'm scrambling my words up a lot just because classes started today and I'm just a little bit tired. So, yeah, classes started for college, my last year in college. So, I'm not going to ghost this time when it comes to school. I'm actually going to do the videos this time. Not like I did last year when I ghosted majority of the school semester during the basketball, hockey, and NFL season. I'm not going to do that again. I'm actually going to be here during school time. I have less classes this year, and more chances to do videos and watch the games, do reviews when the Flyers, Sixers, and the Eagles start. So, without further ado, what are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on going into the rest of the series? Thoughts on the Sean Rodriguez walk-off shot? And what are your thoughts on Jason Vargas' game? So, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video.